Welcome, Fibre Friends, to the Fibre Friends podcast. I'm Louise from Wildflower Wool.
And I'm Cheryl from My Needle Crafts.
And we are here with our weekly knitting podcast. So I'm hoping everybody is grabbing their knitting, a drink, and getting comfy, and we'll settle in for roughly an hour. We always seem to chat about our weekly knitting for about an hour.
Yeah. I don't think we've been under yet.
I know. That's what we always say. We always start this out by saying, oh, I don't think I have too much to talk about today. And then we always have gone over an hour.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe this week will be the week we're under an hour, or maybe not.
I have a glare.
We need a professional recording studio, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
Yours looks much more professional than mine.
This is just a scene from yarnhoarders.com. I don't know.
No, Louise does not own our yarn shop.
Okay.
So, Louise, how's your week been?
My week has been, this week actually went really, really fast. And I got lots of knitting done on top of it.
Yes.
What do you think? Do you think it went quick too? Or yes, you got
Yes, the week went really quickly, but I was super busy with work. So again.
That's good. I know. We were really busy at work too. Maybe that was part of it. I don't know. It just seemed, all of a sudden I was at the end of my work week and I'm like, fantastic. I've got a 3-day weekend ahead of me and I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. So what did you get for knitting done this week?
I got quite a bit done on my hat that I started last week. So I have, we were talking about measuring.
Yeah, with your hand.
The length of your hand. So I have almost a hand.
Almost a hand.
I have almost a hand.
I like that.
And then so I added in the lace that's on the same pattern that's on my fingerless mitts.
Yeah.
Fingerless mitts. Spit that out.
Tongue twister. I just want to reach out and touch it. If we were in like the same room, I know. I just want to touch it. Look at that. And that yarn
it's really soft and
I can tell that even
beautiful
on the screen. And that lace pattern is so fun.
So yeah, I don't know. I still have quite a big nugget of yarn to go. So I'm just going to keep knitting until don't have any yarn left. And that'll be nice and slouchy and
slouchy. Well, and you were worried. You didn't think you'd have enough yarn, did you? Because what'd you start with, 85 grams?
No, because I measured 85 grams. And I've never knit a fingering weight hat before, so I didn't know how much I would need, but I think I'm good.
Yeah, it looks like you should have lots. Oh, it's so pretty. You'll be all set.
Yeah, I'm pleased with it. And I think I'm just going to do a quick decrease crown.
Yeah.
On it and call it a day. And I'll run this right up to the crown, I think.
That's so pretty.
Yeah, I love it. So it's going to be really nice with my mitts.
Oh my God, you are going to have a matching pair.
I know, and they match my coat.
Win-win.
So yeah, I worked on that earlier in the week, a bit the end of last weekend. I worked on it and a little bit this week. One night I sat and just went to town. So yeah, but other than that, yeah.
And you were living dangerously because you said you were not putting stitch markers in on either side of your lace pattern.
No, well, it has a it has a two pearl two at the beginning and pearl two at the end, so it's real easy, like to know when you're there.
Yeah, I don't think that would help me. I think I would still just like carry right on through. Get in that zone where you're just knitting, 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 and hi, Gilly.
I know he's so loud. Come here.
That's a good
That's enough.
watchdog. But because I would
He
be sitting
is.
there, I'd be watching, something, and I'd be knitting and knitting and knitting. And then before I knew it, I would knit through those purl stitches and I'd be halfway around before I'd look at it and be like, oh, dang. I really need stitch markers because I think I just get off in La La Land. And without that, even, I don't know, sometimes I think even with a stitch marker, I would, you know, not even paying attention, move the stitch marker and still carry on. I don't know.
Yeah, I just have one for my beginning around
Yeah.
and that's it. But
Well,
it's an 8-row repeat of the lace, so I kind of have to pay attention because I don't remember. I mean, it's 4 separate rows, right? Because the alternate rows just knit.
right.
But I can't remember. The
Yeah.
brain power's not as good as it used to be when I was younger.
Oh no, don't say that. Well, I just think it's like, why bother? Why bother remembering it if you can just quickly glance at it and it's just a few stitches, so
Mhm.
worth remembering or not. So that yarn was the Loving Path, wasn't it?
It is, yes. I'm not entirely sure of the colorway because it says that it's I know it's MCN merino cashmere nylon because I could tell by feeling it.
Nice. That cashmere. Oh,
Yeah. Now it says it's nutkin, but I'm not convinced that that's what this skeiny yarn is because nutkin's my favorite color that she does, and none of my other balls have purple in them, so I'm not sure.
so didn't you think once that was maybe like her first go around getting the colorway?
Original, and then she tweaked it. I don't know. I really should message her and ask her, Debbie,
No,
let
give
me
us the
know.
lowdown. What's the Well, did you see that she did a big shop update?
I did. I
Couple
didn't go look because, yeah,
I know.
I know. I love her yarn and I want all of it. And yeah,
There was some pretty colors.
yes.
Yeah. We'll leave the link to her Etsy shop in the description box below if anybody wants to pop over there and peruse.
Yeah. I can't wait till we can shop in person again because she does an open house usually
Yes, she does.
once a year, and it's so nice to go and shop in person, and
Yeah. See it.
then I can't decide.
And then you just come home with an extra ball or two because, yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Oh, darn. I forgot. I don't have it here. Okay. Next week, I'll have to show you because I did a porch pickup from her a little while ago and bought
Oh,
two.
did you?
I did. And it's been just sitting here. I don't think I've shown it anywhere on any podcast. I've just been holding on to it because I have a plan for it and I haven't started it yet. So maybe I'll try to remember next Friday to pull it out and I'll show it to you because it's
So
really,
you do have a plan for it.
I do have a plan for it. I just haven't had time to start it. Maybe if I made it one of my New Start Monday yarns, that would give me a push to get it cast on. So we'll see.
Exciting.
I know
Can I ask what it is that you're planning?
it's going to be a shawl, but it's a worsted weight yarn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And it was just one she had posted on Instagram. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need that. And it was one that is not one of her regular colorways. It was one she was playing around with. And I think it was one of those ones that turned out to be a happy accident. And I'm like, I loved it immediately. I immediately sent her a private message. I'm like, can I have some of that?
My hat that I wear all the time is one of hers too. It's the Nut King colorway in worsted.
Yes. Yeah, I remember when you were making that.
Yeah, I got that at her last open house.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, anyways,
we
I'll
love
leave the
Debbie.
link. I'll leave the link for you, Cheryl, if you want a, a quick shortcut this weekend to go check out. I know my birthday's coming up really soon.
Yes, it is.
So I just may go shopping.
It's a good excuse, even though you don't need one.
I know. I know that's right. I still feel like I need to justify it. Like it's I don't know. I justify it in all kinds of ways. But my birthday is coming up, so that is a definite. I mean, what else am I gonna buy? I can't think a book, a knitting book. That would be the only other thing, right? Anyways, yeah. So I love it. I can't wait to see your hat.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And you'll have a matching set, which is something that I have always what's the word, attempted to get. And one of our knitters in my knitting guild, she was talking this week that she's making herself a set because she said the same thing, like all of us, right? Most of us have one skein of this and one skein of that, and none of our hats and mitts and things match. So she was pretty happy with herself that she was making herself a matching set. I think it was a headband because our headband is our project of the month for Guild. So she must have been making, oh yeah, and month before was mittens. So she made herself same yarn. She's got a headband and mittens to match. Yeah,
Nice.
I know.
No,
Something.
I wanna find some yarn to make a headband. So did you start on a new headband this week?
Well, yes, I did. Have I gotten very far? No. This
I had seen on one of your stories that you restarted it a few times, you said.
I did. This was the ball of yarn. It's darker in person. It looks kind of more magenta-ish on screen, I think, but it's more of a burgundy color.
Is that classic wool?
Yes.
So I think that's the color that I did my oh my goodness, I always forget. It's a Tin Can Knits free pattern for a cardigan. Forget what it's called.
Oh,
I
not
might have to look that up, but that's what color I did that in.
okay. Yes, because this is totally your color. And this I can tell that because it has no ball band on it, I got it up at Listable. It would have been probably in their seconds bin.
Hmm.
Which I don't know why they really are called seconds because I've never had any trouble with the yarn. I've never had it have more knots in it than any other normal ball. And the weight is I might have I didn't weigh this one, but usually they are pretty close to 100 grams. So I don't know. All I know is it's super cheap, like $1 a ball, and I have a hard time resisting it when I find classic wool up there. So, anyways, this was my start. My new start Monday yarn for this week. It's going to be a headband, and this is about the fourth try. I'm apparently knitting my hair into it too. This has
Well,
been
that's okay. It's all fiber.
that's right. Extra, yeah. But I have tried there. This is the right side. So this is the stitch pattern that it is right now, but it's too narrow. So now I have I have to start it again. I've tried cables, a couple different cable patterns, and I wasn't really happy with it. I've tried this little twisted stitch pattern a couple of times, just changing the length of the pattern,
Hmm.
how many rows between this. So I think I have kind of what I think I want. I'm gonna do that's my crocheted provisional.
Provisional.
I have been getting very proficient with my crochet hook, I have to say.
I saw that on your Thursday night video. You and Jocelyn were doing the crochet.
Yeah, we were talking about those crocheted socks, and I was attempting to do a little crocheting. So I find it's like anything, just practice, right? Just holding the hook and the yarn and just
Mhm.
getting the feel of it. But just doing these provisional cast-ons is just, I'm feeling more comfortable holding the hook. So I think this should be a headband by the end of the weekend, but I want it nice and wide. The one I
Is
finished.
is it the same stitch count as the other one? Did you use as many stitches?
Yes, I think I did. Did I? Yes, I'm sure I did. It was 24 stitches, but I think because this is the ribbed,
Yeah, pulls
it's
it in.
it's pulling it in. So I don't know if I added on. I've cast it on so many times. I don't know if I think at one point I added in a like maybe 4 or 6 extra stitches, but it's still not quite wide enough. But
What
I'm just,
if you blocked it out?
oh God, no.
No,
I'm
that's work.
I'm not doing that. I'm just going to count this as my gauge swatch. I mean, I knew all of these, and I don't mind this playing around and trying different patterns.
Right,
It's all knitting. I don't, you don't,
for
you
sure.
get any close to a finished project, but now I know I'm just going to use this as my gauge swatch and kind of measure it. And then I'll just see how many ribs I want extra. And then I will crochet my provisional cast on again and start. And
Sounds good. It looks nice.
yeah, it's fun. It's just a cute little twisted stitch, easy to do.
It looks a little, it almost has a bit of a cable look to it.
Yeah, yeah, because I think it really is like a 1 by 1 cable that you do
Okay.
without the cable needle.
Hmm.
Yeah, just a little something, little texture, a little pattern, and it's easy.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, so that was my story of the headband. Many attempts, not much progress. But I'm getting my money's worth out of the yarn because I knit it, I rip it, I knit it, and I rip it. So it's all been fun. And now I think I'm
Yeah.
good to go. Yeah.
So the sweater that I had done um, in that yarn was the Harvest Cardigan by Tin Can Knits,
Yeah.
which is just a nice, simple. Can you see it?
Yeah. Although that's better. Yeah, with a band and yeah, very similar to like my Maisie that I'm wearing. Just a nice, yeah, cardigan with a band.
Yeah, a nice um, raglan sleeve. There's no
Yeah.
buttons or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's a nice cardigan, and it's a free pattern, which is even
I
better.
know, and so many people have knit it.
I'd like to knit another one, I think maybe in like a Barocco vintage or something that's easy care and not as scratchy as my,
Yeah, you find classic wool kind of scratchy, don't you?
yeah, a little bit too itchy on my arms.
Yeah. You know,
I don't know, like I have dry skin too, so
mm,
that's
yeah,
not very helpful.
I don't find it bad for a sweater. And way back, well, way back. I don't know how long ago, 10 years ago maybe. I don't know how many years ago. Do you remember the label? It used to say merino on it because it wasn't 100%, but they had a certain percentage of merino wool in there. But then they had to take it off their label because I think it was such a tiny percentage that they
Oh,
advertise it as merino. So now it's just
right.
100% wool. But yeah. Anyways, I know I like it, and I have a whole shelf full of it that I need to knit and get made into something. I have this whole feeling of charity knitting. I just want to, by the time the fall comes, I want to have tons and tons of hats, mitts, cowls, and do something. See if I can contact the library. Maybe in the fall, the libraries will be back open. Drop them off at some of the libraries where people can just pick up whatever they need.
Right. That's a nice idea.
Yeah. Then I can knit up what some of I have, empty out some of these cubbies, and restock with some new stuff. Have an ulterior motive. Move some
I
in.
like, I really like it for doing stuffies,
Oh,
the classic will.
yeah.
So all my odds and ends of just one color balls, I like to make stuffies.
That's a great
I
idea.
got I got one in mind that I really want to start, and I actually have a ball and a little bit of that color there that you have left over from my sweater.
And what are you gonna make? Is it
Well, I think that little guy, I think I showed it a couple weeks ago, the pattern. I just haven't got to get it started yet because I've been too busy.
well, you knit all the stuffies you want, because I'm not going to.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
It's not, I know, and yeah, and I know that, and that's okay, but I love seeing other people knit theirs. Except that when we do our twine knit along, I'm going to do that because I'm going to knit something Christmassy like a snowman or I don't know, maybe a Santa. I don't know. I'll have to see what I can find for a pattern. But
I
that
did a bunch of gnomes the one year.
I
They were
almost
fun.
I almost brought your gnome up because Cheryl knit me a gnome, a yellow gnome, and he sits
Yes.
out all year long he's in my living room downstairs, and I almost brought him up. I was going to sit him on the shelf behind me, and I forgot.
I have a whole bunch of them. I go on little kicks of knitting little things when I'm bored,
In your spare time,
in my spare time. I used to have more of it. I don't have quite so much now.
they're cute. I have a little tiny snowman too that Farina knit for me and sent to me a couple of years ago.
I
And
remember that.
yeah, and he stays out all year long too because he's really cute. So I love them. I just don't enjoy knitting them. But that's
And all the patterns are different. So some are easier and less fiddly than others are too. So I find, if they're a little too fiddly, sometimes I'll make them once and then I won't make them again. But there are some that I find that are nice. I should have brought, I did a frog for my son. If you want to take a break for 2 seconds, I'll go get it and I can show you. A few years ago, I knit this frog for a girlfriend of mine. She asked me if I would make her one. So I made it. And honestly, I hated making it. There's very few that I hated making. And my son saw it. He asked me if I'd make him one. So of course I can't say no. But this is another one of Susan Claudino's patterns.
oh my gosh, look at the
So he has no mouth yet because he's been sitting here for like 4 years, all done with no mouth. And literally all I have to do is thread and do like an embroidered strand of, but these eyeballs, they just kill me.
Right. Well, I his like toes. That's what gets me. Oh my gosh.
So when you make this guy, you start out by making 12 of these silly little balls.
So how do you
So couldn't figure out what was buzzing, and it's my phone sitting here
oh,
because I never put it on vibrate and it's vibrating
you're
like
vibrating.
crazy. So you have to make 12 of these toes
Oh,
and then you start the rest because there's like
okay.
3 on each
Yeah.
arm. But he's cute as heck once you get
Oh,
past making all these stupid balls.
he see, and you have a knack. Like yours just looks so good.
Thank you.
That is really cute. Oh, oh my gosh.
These are the Voodoo You Love Me of hers. They're so cute.
Oh my good. Oh my God. Look at,
Except for,
oh, was that that wasn't Gilly, was it? That
no,
your
I
other,
have a feeling that I don't even know. It's got a bunch of little tiny holes, and I don't know if maybe you would think if it was a moth or something, I'd have more of them in the house, right?
you would think so, yeah.
But I think it might have been a dog and not my dog. It might have been a visiting dog. It got found under a bed like this.
Oh, yeah.
So my daughter wants me to fix it. So I'm trying to decide if I can do a little bit of patchwork.
Yeah,
Because, it's a voodoo. I can put a patch on him and it would look, you know,
true. It would, he would just have a matching.
so sad all that work.
Oh,
Did you do this, Gilly? Says, no, mommy, it was not me. Be careful. I'm not letting you outside. Ow. He's pawing at me.
so what yarn? Do you remember what yarn you used for that?
Those are, um, this one is classic worsted,
Okay.
but I can tell you the color. It's like a heathered pink.
I just love that the face. Like they have like
This one is not, well, it might have been classic wool, but I don't know. I don't remember. Can you hear my dog pawing at the door?
you can hear, yeah. I thought he was walking, hearing click, click, click.
Let me outside. If I let him out there, then he'll bark, and there's squirrels out there. So
Oh wow.
that's what his issue is.
So nice and sunny today. Daisy was Daisy was at the door when I went out this morning too, but it was still chilly. And I'm thinking she's a very delicate kitty. She's a fair weather kitty. I like talking to her as if she was my child, right? And I'm like, no, it's too cold up there for you.
Yeah.
Oh, those are cute.
So,
You were almost tempting me to think, man, maybe I should try making something again.
well, with your newfound crochet skills, I have one for you.
Newfound crochet skills, yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's
So just for fun, I thought I'd try. So he's crocheted. I can't remember how small of a hook, but it's lace weight yarn
oh my word.
and it's wool. Yeah. So you do all the body parts and then they're strung
Oh,
so that they move.
that is a great idea. I like that.
Yeah. So those little head turns.
Oh my gosh. All right. I may be taking back what I just said about, oh my goodness, look at that face. I may be taking back everything I just said about not wanting to knit stuffed animals.
They're cute. I like cute things.
I can feel my resolve wavering as well, maybe I could. All right, we'll have to when we figure out when we're gonna do our knit along. Oh, hmm. See, I can't say no to anything. Even when I think I don't like something, I'm all of a sudden getting excited about doing it.
You like to try new things.
Well, yeah, maybe that's it. It'll be fun.
Well, if you can start and rip out and start and rip out and start and rip out, you can, knit a few little body parts for a stuffed animal.
You are right. That is true. So it is all, you're right. Everything goes back to mindset and perception. You're right. I have no trouble swatching and pulling out and playing around with stitch patterns. And if all those little headbands that I pulled out, my little sample pieces, that could have been a couple of legs and a couple of arms.
And not all of them are sewed together. Like the frog, it was pretty sure it was 3 needle, excuse me for reaching, 3 needle bind off. So you knit them all and they're all left on like a spare needle. And then as you're knitting this foot, you just knit them in like 3 needle.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You hold the two together and so they're just knit right on and then you just keep going.
Oh,
So there's no sewing together later.
okay. That is definitely a bonus. I was just looking to see where my owl went, and maybe I'll find him. He's
Your owl?
my owl, because I knit an owl out of Noro, and it was
Didn't you-
all one body, and then it had to sew on the wings and the feet and the beak. I
Yeah.
don't know where she went. I thought she was sitting up here. Anyway, maybe I'll find her and take a picture and input it here. So yeah, you know that I can. I
This guy was all sewed together.
mm,
Well, just 4 legs, but you had to sew them on later, which I don't love, but that's okay.
I know. Hmm. Okay, well, I'm okay. I'm feeling much more excited about it than I was when we before we started talking about this. Just seeing all your really cute ones. That's hard. They're hard to say no to.
I know I like them. I like the bunny too. He's sitting up here.
Oh, the gray one.
Yeah, he's a little slouched over, but I love the bunny. I've knit lots of bunnies.
So, and it's the same idea with
Lots of bunnies and lots of voodoos. Oh, sorry.
so it's the same idea like with the really long, skinny legs and arms.
Mhm.
Cute with floppy ears. That would be cute too. I may actually have to go look at some patterns now. When do we think we want to do our toy knit along?
I don't know.
In the summertime? Be a like a
I,
we'll have to
I
think
always
about
keep
that.
thinking, we could do it later in the year because they make great Christmas gifts.
Yes. I think that was kind of my first thought too, was doing it. Oh, what about I don't know. I bet you there's all kinds of fun Halloween patterns, is there?
Oh yeah, I have a couple. Again, I think they're Susan Claudino patterns. One's a little ghost and a bat, maybe. Oh yeah, there's some cute ones.
That might be fun because then you could use them. Yeah, if you had children or grandchildren, that would be a cute little gift. Or just for those of us who have no little ones in their lives, we could just use them for decorating our own houses. That might be an idea. Maybe, okay, maybe towards the fall then.
Yep. Um, yeah. Anybody who isn't familiar with Susan Claudino, I think she's No Knit Sherlock on Instagram.
Oh,
And I think that's her Ravelry name too.
all right. Well, we'll put a link to her because I would be interested. I've never seen her on Instagram, but oh my God, I can just imagine how cute her feed would be with all those cute little creatures on there.
For
All
sure.
right. Well, we will add her links down there. So have other people, I mean, I guess I haven't heard of her because toy knitting is not something that I've really ever actively done or looked into. So she's been kind of off my radar.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd love to know what everybody else thinks about knitting. Oh, you know what? That could be our question when the podcast goes up. Do you knit toys? Do you love knitting toys or do you not? I'd be curious to see what I think most people probably do. I think I'm in the minority on this one because lots of people love knitting the gnomes. Imagine landscapes. I always think of
Yes.
her with the gnomes. So
Yeah.
I think I'll get outvoted on that. But I think you are maybe bringing me around to be think about toy knitting. I think I may not be able to say anymore that that is something I don't enjoy doing. Well, maybe I should knit one first, then I'll see if I enjoy it or not. But I'm definitely more excited than I probably ever have been to do them.
Mhm.
All
Well,
right.
you know how you like to play around with, different stitch patterns and that sort of thing. When I do toys, it's my playing around time.
Okay.
Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah. See, and that's probably a good alternative, right? Like, because everybody always likes to have a small portable throw in your purse project, right? So when you've got a sweater or an afghan on the go, then taking a little break to do a little gnome or a
Yeah,
whatever would
like a
be a,
palette cleanser.
yeah, palette cleanser. All right.
So what else are you working on, Louise?
Well, I am working on my socks. Did
They're getting so big.
they are?
Is this your second one?
It is. Yeah, so our socks because last week we had both started toe up socks and we just had a teeny tiny little start of a toe, right? And I was trying to get a pair of socks out of a 50-gram ball of Patons Kroy 70 stripe. And I'm not going to do it.
Oh no.
I know. So, but we figured out what well, obviously what the problem is the yardage isn't the same. I had done because I I I knew I had gotten a pair of do I still have it here? A pair of anyways, I just grabbed it. Oh, this one works. I've knit out of here. This is the stretch sock. This is
Right.
like this is some old stash yarn. And I had knit two, at least two, maybe even three pairs of shorty socks out of a ball of this. So I thought, okay, I was hopeful I could do the same out of just regular Kroy, but the yardage, there's way more yardage in the stretch sock than there is in a regular. So hence why I am not going to get a full pair out of this. But look at those stripes. We're gonna have matching socks, Cheryl.
Yay.
Except
I
you're,
love that colorway.
I love this. And the fact that the stripes are only 3 rows each is so fun because
Yeah.
you're right, because the stripes just as soon, you knit 3 rounds and then all of a sudden you look at your yard and you're like, oh my gosh, here's a new color coming.
Yeah,
It
I had fun knitting those.
I had a lot of fun knitting them and they knit quick. And yeah, so one sock done and sock number 2 is started.
Yay.
And I'm using I did magic loop to start the toe and then I switched it once I got all my increases done. I switched it back on to, yeah, not going to make that mistake twice. I put it back onto my little 9.5 asymmetrical needle, this C knit needle. It's a
And
Japanese.
how are you liking that?
I love it. I love it. I mean, I like a little like 9-inch circular anyways, but I think this extra ½ inch just just makes it a little more comfortable.
Good.
Yeah, I could knit miles and miles and miles on this. I have to there again, just watch because I get there again, I get in the groove and I'm knitting and lots of times I knit too long. No, normally I do my socks cuff down and I will knit everything. My ribbing always ends up every pair of socks You could, I bet if I lined up my socks, you can tell which order I knit them in, because my first pair will have short, and then it's like my ribbing gets longer and longer every pair I go, because I just get in the zone doing ribbing, and before I know it, I've done an extra half inch more than I had intended. And the same thing, then I move on to the leg and I just go round and round and round and round, and then I have to stop and like sometimes pull back because I've knit the leg too long, longer than I want before I start my heel. So I don't know. It's, I guess I get I don't know, relax, relaxed in the groove. But anyways, I love these. I find that they're easy to hold on to. The points are nice. And did I show you that they swivel? The needle tip
Yeah.
has that swivel on it, so it just like your work just spins around, which is really nice. I love them.
And are the needle tips round or they have a shape or anything?
They've got a bit of a point to them.
Yeah. But they're not like, okay, they're just like a regular knitting needle.
Yeah, they're not.
You had bought some before that were like, were they cube ones or triangle ones or
Oh, yes.
something?
Yes, I had some, and I bought those a while ago. Yeah, and they were cube ones. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, and I don't quite get, they're supposed to be easier on your hands or something for some reason, but I don't know. I didn't really notice any difference. Maybe, I mean, I don't have problems with my hands, so maybe some people do.
Yeah.
But no, these are just a regular knitting needle. And these came from Knit Stitch. And she said she's got a new shipment in because the 2.25 sold out within like a day of her posting them.
Oh, wow.
There was still some 2.5 millimeters on the site, and I saw her last Instagram post, or I think she answered my post or something, and she said that she had gotten a new shipment in
Oh, good.
because
So
I
maybe
know,
she has more in stock again.
yes, because I know there was a couple people were looking for them, and they were the first shipment got sold out. So yeah, I'm liking it. So I think if anybody likes a little short circular, they would like these.
Yeah, I tried them once, but I didn't go very far. And I just found they were hurting my hands a lot.
Yeah.
So I didn't even stick with it. I know people say you should try like knit a whole sock or whatever to
Kind of.
see if you really like them, but I couldn't get that far.
Well, and if you can't, you can't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like anything that you don't have to fiddle with the needle tips. Like, I mean, I have been a diehard DPN sock knitter. That was always
Mhm.
my go-to. But now, yeah, knitting on here, this is definitely 9 inches is my favorite. This will be my go-to. Oh my God, I feel bad even just saying it's like I'm ditching my DPNs. I'm leaving.
You're cheating.
I'm cheating on them. And I didn't even use them to start the toe. Like I know they're just a thing of the past now for me. No, I don't know. My sock knitting is really good. Because this was a new start Monday yarn for me a couple of weeks ago,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna have a pair. So I did a short row heel, and I like it. I haven't done a whole lot of short row heels and none in the last few years. I always do a heel flap and gusset. So this is my attempt, every month to try to do something different. So short row heel, I can check that off my list. Done.
You haven't done one in a long time. I don't know if I even remember how.
It
And I used to do little baby socks and I didn't even have to think about it. I just did it. And now I'd have to go back and
I that's what when I got to this point, I had to sit and I had to think for a second too. I'm like, it's like I can feel like flipping through the files in my brain, like short row heel. And I'm like, okay, yeah, here we go. So once I
yeah.
started doing it, it's like, oh yeah, I don't know why. So, anyways, yeah. And then a little bit of I just did a little tiny ribbing because I was still at this point. I was weighing my ball of yarn every so often, and I was so hopeful that I was going to get, 25 grams for the sock, and then I went over. I was 26. I don't know. I might be 26 and a half or 27 by the time I did the ribbing, maybe.
Hmm.
Oh, but check out my cat. Oh my God, I am seeing my hair everywhere. Oh my gosh. Check out the cast off. That is
Nice.
a Russian bind off done in patterns. So a knit one, purl one.
Oh, wow.
And I just think, especially where there's two colors,
Yep.
I think it looks really,
It looks really cool.
yeah, really decorative. And even on this side where it's all one color, you still have that texture
Mm-hmm.
across there. You've got lots of stretch. It's fun. So I like this, the Russian cast off. Russian cast off and the provisional cast on seem to be my two things that I'm using a lot of. So how was your socks? How did you get? Oh my gosh, look at those stripes.
So they're a little off, but starting into a third color. So it goes dark,
Ooh,
this real dark navy, and then this kind of royal blue, sort of oceany blue color. And now it's into a turquoise.
oh, that's pretty. Darn, and I don't have any of that colorway.
So if I had known my stripes are just off by this much, so I could have just pulled that much out of my ball and started.
You could have started. Oh shoot.
Oh, well.
Well, that's all right. I
Yeah.
like that.
So that's my foot's about half done, I think. I didn't bring my ruler in to check them, but let's say that's about 5 inches, maybe 4 inches. I don't know.
Give or take.
Something like that.
Good. Okay, we'll see. Oh, and you know what? Yeah, we'll see how your estimate was. 4 or 5 inches.
Oh, well, 4.5, almost 5 inches to
Oh,
the toe.
you were right on.
But when you stick the sock blocker, it sort of spreads it out a little bit.
Okay.
So then it would make it shorter,
A little
right?
shorter. Yep.
Because it stretches it this way.
Yep.
So I'm about halfway done the foot.
And did you put any pattern in yours?
No pattern.
I didn't do a pattern either because didn't we talk about that last week? We were talking about would we or would we not? And I got going on my toe and I got up just, I don't know, somewhere. Where's my toe increases there? And so once I got just going round and round, I was up a little bit. And all of a sudden I thought, oh, was I going to put a pattern? And I'm like, oh, well, I guess it's too late now.
I did the same thing. And you know what? I just like the fabric a lot.
That's what I thought too. I am just loving just the stripes. I don't think it
Yeah,
needs anything. The
I'm
stripes
the
are,
same.
yeah, they're the star of the show, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and I found my little, I'm using it's a progress keeper, but I'm using it as
Oh,
a stitch marker
your
or
little sheep.
my little sheep so I can
I
mark
think I
it off.
have some of those charms just like that.
Do you? I know they're cute.
It's cute.
Oops. Oh, I think I was showing you his backside.
No, it was his face.
Oh, was it his face? Oh, because when
Yeah,
I turned around,
I
I saw
think so.
there's his
Oh,
tail.
maybe it was his butt. I don't know.
There's her face.
Cute.
Yeah. Because you know what I realized? Because I totally wasn't even thinking on sock number one. Once I took it off the long circular when I was doing the toe increases, I just put it on the little short needle and I just went round and round and round and round, not even really thinking that I needed to mark the side here because I was still thinking because I always knit cuff down. So when you start cuff down, you've got your cuff, you've got your leg, and you go down. And when you get to your heel, you can basically start your heel wherever you want to because you only have a tube. And so
Yeah.
I did the same thing. I didn't mark where the edges were. and I was going round and round and round, and I got to where I wanted to put the heel, and all of a sudden I stopped and I'm like, "Oh, I already have my toe done. I had better make sure, make sure your heel and your toe line up, right?" So I had to just do a quick little kind of eye up where my decreases were.
Yeah,
And I took my long circular needle again and I just ran it down that center stitch all the way down. So
to
I knew,
find it.
yeah, so I knew where the edge was, so I knew where to start my
Yeah.
heel.
I don't use a stitch marker, but this is my cast on tail from down here.
Yeah,
So when I go part way up, I just flip it over the end and I know this is the beginning.
that's your beginning end.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I
So
just
that I knit all the way around.
yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that was something I thought, okay, I'm gonna definitely make sure I mark my so I know that's right, that's my edge. So when I do the heel, I'll have everything all lined up. So all those little things forget about when you don't do a technique for a while.
Hmm.
But I like the toe up. I definitely I did my Turkish cast on for the toe, and that is so quick and easy.
Yeah.
I
My
re-
mom is like, we were talking about it the other day because she had watched the podcast. She goes, I am doing that from now on, and I'm doing the yarn overs for the increases. She goes, because yeah, you never lose where you are or what anything. She goes, I'm doing that from now on.
Good. I know. It's yeah, anything that you don't have to think about, right?
Hmm.
I like that. I like that. Just so you can read your stitches as you go. If there's a yarn over there, you know it's a knit round, you knit through the back. If there's no yarn over, you know you got to make one.
Exactly.
Easy peasy. But okay, well, we're doing great with our sock progress.
Yeah, I'm pleased, especially with as little of time as I've had um, to do any knitting, because like a couple of nights this week I've been sewing until like 10 o'clock at night. So I didn't have that much time this week, but
Mm.
I'm finally pretty much caught up. So
So you'll have the weekend, you can sit and knit.
yeah, I'm not complaining by any means, but
No, well, that's good. Well, you have to have a balance, right? You have to
that's right.
work and knit time.
And I like to get stuff out as quick as possible. I don't like people waiting. So
Well, no, and I'm sure they appreciate that.
yeah.
So I have one more thing that I started and finished.
Oh, good.
Remember my pot holder that I did?
Yes. The
Well,
pink,
yeah,
the,
the peachy, the teal, tangerine and teal one.
yes.
Well, I did another one in a little bit different stitch pattern.
Oh, I love it. I love how that blue stands out.
I
That's
love it.
stunning.
I like this too, and it is no ball bands, so I can't tell you what colors they are, but other than navy and kind of a turquoisey color.
That blue, that lighter color just really stands out.
It does, doesn't it? So yeah, two balls from my stash. I still have lots left. Think they are which one? This the light is a Bernat Handicrafter. And the dark is Lily Sugar and Cream. Pretty sure that's what that one is. So I did again my crocheted provisional cast on, and then Kitchener stitch the top and the bottom together.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
That
fun.
would make a really nice hat.
I was thinking the exact
I
same
like that
thing.
pattern.
I really like it too. And do you know where I took the pattern from? Was this hat the where do I want to look at here? So the navy, the V here
Yep.
and the V up here, and I just put them together.
Oh, really?
Yep. And I know I love this. I keep looking at it and thinking it would make a fun pillow, hat.
Yeah, I love it.
I know. I really, really like it too. And I found that I absolutely loved Kitchener stitching across here. It's just so rhythmic and just got in the groove. And it was just, yeah, I really, really liked it.
Yeah, I don't mind doing Kitchener stitch at all.
I don't either. I'm not sure if oh no, my story's gone. Oh, no, it's still there.
And so many people just try to avoid it at all costs. And I find,
Well,
it's just, knit off, purl, purl off, knit, knit off, purl.
exactly. I just did a quick screenshot here of, can you see the numbers?
58 and 32.
68 and 32. So, and
Yeah,
that's yeah,
so
68,
that doesn't add up.
68. And earlier, I know, and I think all along, so I did this 23 hours ago and only one time did I see it where it said, the not me, I don't like Kitchener stitch. It was ahead, but all the time it's been, yeah, people like Kitchener, which I was really surprised because when I posted this, I was sure hands down it was going to be like, nope, 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 don't like it, don't like it, don't like it. Because exactly, people are always like, well, that's why I do toe up socks so I don't have to Kitchener stitch. And I don't quite get that. But nope, the poll has spoken. And
68% like it.
yep,
There you go.
yeah.
I Kitchener stitch my heel because I do a cut in heel and then I decreased and then Kitchener stitch it
Right.
closed.
Yeah, I don't find Kitchener stitch. I mean, you have to do it a time or two and you want to be quiet and think about it. But yeah, once you've got it kind of, you need that little mantra. That's what I always think. Yeah. Knit off, purl on, purl off, knit on. And just once you get that mantra in your head, it's easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I have another screenshot here I'm going to show you. Remember last week you were talking about your socks, whether or not, like you said, you always wash well, not always, but most of the time you wash your socks before you wear them.
Yes.
And I said that, yeah, no, I don't do that. So did you see, I did a poll.
I did not see that one.
Did you not see that one? So I said, so can you see it there?
A little bit. I can't see the numbers.
Okay.
38%.
38 said yes, 62 said no.
Really?
Yep. And so I asked, do you wash your hand knit socks before you wear them? And
So I'm in the minority.
you are in that one.
Wow.
And I thought I would be, because after we were talking about it, I'm like, that does make sense. Maybe you should wash them before you wear them. And I thought, okay, probably everybody else does too. But
I don't know if it's a should, but I'd like the way they feel after they've been washed more so than just when they first. I just find them kind of rough and so much softer after they've been washed.
There was a few people commented on last week's podcast saying that they did like washing them beforehand, and for that reason it just just softens them, makes them prettier, but just kind of block them out. And I'm like, I never block my socks.
I don't block my socks either.
No,
I washer and then the dryer and then I dump them in my drawer.
I know. my socks. It's so funny, right? Because while I'm knitting them right now, I'm babying them. I've got them in a project bag. I don't want any cat hair to get on them. And then as soon as I wear them once, it's like, yeah, throw them in the washer, throw them in the dryer. Well, I don't always throw them in the dryer. Sometimes I will just let them air dry, but I know. But that's why I like Kroy, because it can take a lot of
Mhm.
just regular wear and tear.
Yeah. I don't think I have like, I know I have well over like 20 pairs of socks, and I wash them all in the washer and the dryer. And typically I wash them all together. Like I just throw them all in, and I don't have a pair yet that have gotten a hole or that have worn out. I have one pair that I showed I maybe last week with the little pattern up at the pinkish, the
Yeah.
that reddish color. They have felted slightly, but other than that, that's the only pair.
Well, and-
The some of the lighter ones, the color has kind of gone a little muddy from washing them all together, but
well, I've realized that when I'm looking at sock yarn and or like buying it, this one's not bad because it's just a little bit, but I would prefer not to buy sock yarn that has a lot of white in it. And
Mhm.
when I ordered Amber and I ordered some Area 51 yarns, the Bridgerton colorways, I ordered one for my
Yes.
birthday. And that was the the big deciding factor what colorway I was going to get, because there was a lot of them that had a lot of white in them with a little bit of color. And it's like, no, I don't want white in my socks. If it was going to be for a shawl, that would be different. So I ended
Yeah.
up getting the one that was green, orange, and yellow. Can't wait.
Nice.
I'll have that to show you next week too, probably. Or maybe I'll
Oh,
wait till my
good.
birthday. So you'll see it in the next couple of weeks. It looks, can't wait to see what it looks like in person. In the pictures, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, my Area 51 yarn maybe will be my next cast on for socks.
Yes. Yeah, I have to think because where are we? Is next week May? I can't even keep, I guess it will be.
Today's the 23rd, so we got one more full week. Next week is April 30th,
Oh, good. That means I have one
next
more.
Friday.
Oh, good. I'm glad for that. That means I have one more week before Jocelyn and I get together to show our progress on our April whips. Because I need an extra week to work on that project. I have a summer top that I'm supposed to be. I hope I didn't say some crazy thing like I was going to finish it. Maybe maybe I just said I was going to work on it. I don't know what I said now, but I doubt it will be finished. But anyway, so okay, that makes me happy
have
that there's an extra week in there.
have you started it?
No, well, I mean, it was started. It was a new start Monday from probably a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I think I did it, yeah, probably around a year ago, like last spring, last summer, I started it. And I don't know, there's maybe an inch or two done on it. So, and I really like to, well, finish it because I would like to wear it.
I have two skeins of a linen yarn and a pattern that I got. So remember when Suzanne was closing Knit Stitch in London to move to Stratford,
Yeah,
um
like a
she did a
D-stack.
bunch of grab bags,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she did them by donation or whatever.
right.
And I got the one with this pattern for a summer top in this really nice linen. I think it might be a blend. And it's still in the little bag that I got it in when I got it from her. And I've been thinking maybe I should pull that out. And I've never knit with linen before, so
That would be nice.
it's a nice little summer top. I think you would probably wear it over a tank or something,
Hmm.
because I think it's kind of lacy, like open work,
Yep.
but
Well, that would be cute.
Yeah. So maybe I should look at that. Too many things to do.
Is the
But it
Italian
probably
pink
wouldn't
in
take that
the,
long to make it.
well, that's the thing. There's no sleeves. Well, on the one little one that I'm doing, there's no sleeves. It's just
Yeah, there's none on this either
so it really wouldn't take me long. I just need to
to actually do it.
actually do it. Actually do it. I have a week of vacation coming up in May. So I'm already thinking about what I'm going to knit that week. Be a wonderful.
Nice.
I don't even care. I actually took the week off hoping that I could do a bunch of gardening, just get my garden cleaned up and um, maybe go buy some annuals or order them, do
Hmm.
curbside pickup, however we have to do our shopping these days at that
Yeah.
point. Um, but honestly, I don't even care if it ends up raining all week, then I will just sit in it all week.
Well,
So
of course.
I know, really, right? So it'll be a win-win. It'll be a great week no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to get doing some gardening.
Yeah.
I've been watching all the perennials start coming up, and I got little flowers out there already that on some.
I've got pansies that overwintered. I had bought new ones in the fall. My spring ones almost made it through all the way till fall. And but they didn't quite. The end of the summer heat got to them. So I bought some new fall ones
Hmm.
and they overwintered and they're blooming now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I have some tulips that are just about ready to flower.
Yeah, my daffodils are all starting to come out now. They're a little bit later than everybody else's, but they only get full sun in the late afternoon, so it's probably why they were a little slower.
That's okay though, because then it just kind of extends the season.
They're so pretty.
I know. I don't have any daffodils. And this is actually the first year because my garden, I've just got such a teeny tiny little garden. I've never planted bulbs. And
Mhm.
because I have a battle going on with squirrels and they are winning. So anytime I plant bulbs, they immediately get dug up. But these tulip bulbs, I found the trick with these ones. I I I went and I got a bag of, pretty sure it's chicken manure. And
Oh,
yeah, I opened the bag and I was like, whoa.
woo. Yeah, it's bad.
So I put a healthy coating on top of my bulbs after I planted them and they did not dig them up. And thinking
Wow.
they obviously didn't like the smell of it either.
Well, I had gotten those bulbs when we went to Heman's. Remember, I
Mhm.
bought the white tulips and some white hyacinths.
Yes.
And when they finished, I sat them out on the back deck, and the tulips are completely done, like the green's gone. And if I didn't find some stinking little squirrel out there digging up, having a feast on my tulip bulbs right out of the pot,
Yep.
I'm
Oh,
so mad.
I can't plant any bulb. I have got these um oh, how do you and oh, okay, I've totally lost the name. Oh, that's driving me crazy. Starts with an A. Ah, okay, anyways, it's gone. And they have white flowers on them and they're so fragrant. And I tried to plant some last year. I bought, I don't know, 50 bulbs and I put them in I have these huge pots outside and planted them and I came out the next day and they were almost all out and some of them were sitting on top of the fence that they'd taken them some of them are half eaten. Ants, oh, I almost had the name of it again. Okay, anyways, don't more. Um Anyways, oh, I know. I was so mad that and I tried planting tulips in a pot really early in the spring. I had yes. Anyways, I tried to kind of like force the bulbs in. I had them in the fridge so they were cold, and then put them in a pot and set them outside. And
Yep.
I was hoping that the squirrels would leave them alone, but no, I think they've dug them all up.
Oh, it's too bad. They never touch the ones that are in my garden ever, but these ones in the pot, they just went to town on them.
Oh, yeah. I guess in the pots they're easy picking, I guess, easier than
Yeah,
digging in the dirt. So,
little
anyways,
brats.
I know I have.
Like to call them better names than that.
Oh, I know. I squirrels are my nemesis here. I don't have anything else, thankfully, in the garden to worry about, but squirrels. I
Yeah.
yeah. But anyways, so do you have any bags to show?
No, I didn't have time to get anything new this week. I really wanted to make some of those flamingos, but I didn't get there.
Okay.
Oh well.
Well, that's
I did get a little more of my cross stitch done though.
oh, did you? Oh wow, look at that.
Finished this whole section. And then I got some more of
Yeah,
this border here done.
I like
So
I like that floral
yeah.
panel.
So this is the Fruit of Plenty Modern Folk Embroideries stitch along for 2021.
That's gonna be
Just in case anybody didn't see it before, but yeah, I love it. It's so pretty.
it's gonna be gorgeous when it's done.
Yeah, I can't wait.
That's such a good job.
So I'm hoping to get that, you know, we got one more week left. So I just have a little bit left in here and a little bit on this section right here, but it's not very dense stitching. So hopefully I'll have it done this weekend. Yay, hopefully. Then I'll have a week in between because, you know, the next portion will be out May 1st.
Take a little breather. Good for you for staying up with it though, not getting behind.
Yeah, well, there's other stitching I want to start too, and I don't want to I don't want to get behind on the stitch along because I want to finish it at the end of the year.
Yeah,
But it's taking up all of my time, all my stitching time.
stitching time.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, but yep, that's
right.
it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all. Yeah, that's been it. I know. Look at socks. I'm loving knitting socks. I have not knit this many socks in a long time. But
I
I'm
like knitting socks.
I'm knitting socks, but I haven't worked on any sweaters. I guess it's a trade-off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely love knitting socks. If there was one thing that I had to pick one thing to only knit, it would end up being socks.
I think a lot of people would agree with you on that.
Hmm. I don't wear anything at all other than hand knit socks.
For the most part, see, and I need some new socks. A lot of mine have been like years old, and so I need to we um we knit some, make
Yeah.
myself some new ones. And but yeah, I know I would love that. That's kind of my goal is to end up just with hand knit socks. And I think I'm really gonna. I'm excited. And the next few pairs are just gonna be more shorties. I'm gonna have to order another ball of this. And
Hmm.
I don't know where it is, the zebra stripes that I bought. I only bought one ball of it, so I'm gonna have to get another ball of that too. Even though I think, yeah, I think I'll do shorties out of them still, but
How much do you think you need to finish that sock?
I don't know. I
I
don't
might have a little bit left over from mine.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, hold on, keep yours because I'm thinking that we should I'm thinking ahead. We should do a scrappy sock
Oh, a scrappy sock. Yeah.
yeah, kind of weekend challenge at some point, and then we can
Hmm.
put in our little bit from this. So, yeah, that's okay. I'll just order another ball. Not the end of the world. I am totally fine doing that.
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think that is it, is it?
I think so. Yeah.
I think we still accomplished quite a bit this week.
Yeah. I'm happy with what I got done. Surprisingly more than I thought I would get done. I know
You
that's so
got,
nice.
I know, I love this. And it's crazy because I really liked the tangerine and teal one. And I thought, oh, that's like hands down my favorite until I started this one. And I'm like, oh no, I think this is my favorite.
The color just pops.
It does. I love it. Love that. Good job. I have another ball of it.
Woohoo.
I don't know what I'm ever going to do when I actually, get down to running out of stash.
Yeah, good luck.
I don't think that'll ever happen because I
Sorry.
it's an ever evolving door. It goes out and it comes in. It's just a constant ebb and flow of yarn.
Yeah. What did they say? That stash beyond life expectancy or something?
Yeah, it's not
What's the
sable.
sable?
Sable? Stash?
Yeah.
How does that works? SAB stash? No, is that right? Is that what sable stands for? Life
What's the A? Stash.
acquisitions, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
Life
Beyond life expectancy.
beyond, yes, something like that. Yeah. Oh, I think I hit that mark a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm not quite at that point, but I have lots.
Yeah. Well, I'm just really wanting to, yeah, reduce the stash, get it usable, right? I want it to think that I have all of this sitting in here in this room. If people can use it, if it can keep people warm, people will enjoy it. I've had years of enjoyment looking at it on the shelf.
Mhm.
Now it needs to like live its potential, become whatever it's meant to become, and be loved and worn out and lost, and then I'll make more.
For sure.
That's what I think. So we'll see how far I get. So, okay, well, what are you gonna knit on tonight? Tonight, so we're recording this Friday night. So of course tonight will be our Fibre Friends Friday night knit in live knit night.
Yep. Mhm.
So hat or socks? Do you know what your project's going to be for the weekend or for tonight,
Oh
Friday
no.
night? Have to see what.
Whatever I pick up, it'll be one or the other. They're both just sit beside me on the table. So I just reach over and
Pick one.
say, this one.
I really want to get my sock, well, finished, I guess, as far as my ball will go. I guess the first thing I'm
Mhm.
going to do, I'm going to see if I can order another ball and see how that goes.
It'll depend on how much I want to pay attention to what I'm doing.
Yeah, if you want to do the lace or not.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, happy knitting, and we'll see next week. We'll see. Yeah, finished hat, progress on socks, or something totally brand new.
Yeah. I'm hoping for something brand new. I think I need to add something into the mix. Haven't decided what yet.
I always agree with that. Cast it all on. That is my theory, and finish some.
Yeah.
I need that as like a plaque or something on the wall or a bumper sticker. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not gonna make any predictions for what I have next. Well, other than my sock, if I can get another ball of sock, if I can do a curbside pickup, then hopefully I'll have
Mhm.
a finished pair of socks. That'll be my goal. But who knows? We'll see. See where the knitting vibes take me. What pulls me in. Maybe there'll be another pot holder.
Well, maybe.
I have an idea for another pattern for one.
Well, good.
Yeah, and they're fun. They're quick. Only take like a day to knit.
Yeah.
They're pretty fast. So, all right. Well,
Yeah.
on that note,
Yeah.
we
We'll
will
see you next week.
see you next week. So happy knitting, everybody.
Happy knitting.
Bye.
See
Bye.
you next time.